Hi, I'm away for Shabbos with my family, but with all that is going on in our community, specifically around Yossi Rosner, Yosef Simcha Chaim ben Chana, I wanted to share the following message. This week's parsha is Parshas Yisro, happens to be Yossi's bar mitzvah parsha, which of course deals with Kabbalas Torah. And revolving around the acceptance of the Torah, the Gemara makes a comment that there are three things for which Moshe did on his own volition, which Hashem responded later on with a yashar koach, that you did a good job by doing those three things. One of them is particularly in this week's parsha, and that is that Moshe added a day, that Hashem said they should wait a couple of days until Kabbalas Torah, and the husbands and wives should separate from each other during that time, and Moshe decided to add a day onto that. And the other two are that Moshe separated from his wife permanently because of concerns that Hashem was going to come to him with a prophecy. And the third one is that Moshe figured out on his own that he was supposed to break the luchos, that he was supposed to break the tablets when he saw the sin of the golden calf. So what is it specifically about these three things? So there's a commentary in the back of the Gemara of Horowitz, who points out that all three of these things, and you don't have to go through each of them individually, but each of them are things where Hashem could control the outcome. Hashem would know whether something was necessary or not necessary. Yet Moshe, because of the limitations of human knowledge, felt that he had to do something because he didn't know what is the exact line where he'd be able to go to. The easiest example to understand is the breaking of the luchos. Hashem said you got to go down and you got to correct the actions of the Jewish people. So he goes down, and Moshe has to figure out a way to get Bnei Yisrael's attention and to get them to stop sinning. And what comes to Moshe's mind is to break the tablets. Now, was that necessary? Did he have to break the luchos in order to affect the change that he was seeking to do? Not necessarily. We don't know that. But because of the limits of human knowledge, because of the limits of what Moshe knew would be able to be accomplished, he felt it was necessary to do the demonstration of breaking the luchos in order to get Bnei Yisrael back to where he needed them to be. So with regards to things that we do, the Rambam comments that when an ace tzara, when a difficult time comes, this is in the beginning of the laws of fast, that when a difficult thing comes to a community, so for people to say, oh, it's just happenstance, it's just coincidence, that's just something that happens every once in a while, the Rambam calls that an act of achzorius. The Rambam says that is cruelty. It is cruel to do that. Rather, what a person has to do is that everybody has to look in their actions and see if there's a way to improve. See if there's something that they could do in order to get better. Now, do we know that that's necessarily what Hashem is looking for? Do we know that is the specific schus that we need to do in order to be able to affect the outcome that we're looking to change? The answer is not really. We don't really know. But if one looks and investigates and figures out and says, this is something that I see could use improvement, and this is what I'm going to do, so that's what we're attempting to do. You might not have the specific thing, you might not have accomplished the specific thing that Hashem had in mind for one to be able to accomplish. But that's all right, as long as one looked to improve, so that's fine. An example that I've thought of is a person has a sore throat. So a person says, I have a sore throat, Hashem is sending me a message. I'm going to make sure I'm going to stop speaking Lashon Hara. I'm going to stop speaking badly about other people. Meanwhile, Hashem is up in heaven saying, no, I wasn't giving him a sore throat because I wanted him to get the message of not speaking Lashon Hara. I wanted him to stop speaking in shul so much. I wanted that to be the change. So the person who stopped speaking Lashon Hara, did he get it wrong? Did he do a wrong thing? He didn't get the right message? Not necessarily. He's looking for improvement, and as long as an improvement is coming, as long as change is coming, so Hashem hopefully will be satisfied that the message was heard. So many have asked, and with much meaning and much sincerity, what can we do? What can we do for Yossi? And Baruch Hashem, physically, much of their needs are taken care of, are being taken care of. And then there's the spiritual needs. So one should daven, one should do tefillah. We've talked about Kabbalos. There's the program that we've put together, the campaign of let it go for Yossi about ceasing anger. Are these specifically the things that Hashem is looking for us to do? We don't know, but we have to do something. When something comes to our community and something that we are all feeling, so we should all look for an improvement. And the community has gone together for tefillah. The community has gone together to accept upon ourselves that we're going to, not get angry at others and not be not take insults personally and things like that, and to let it go. So I encourage everybody to sign up for that campaign, and of course continue to have Yosef Simcha Chaim ben Chana in your tefillos, and he should have a refuah shlema, and you should all have a wonderful Shabbos. We'll see you soon. We'll be in touch.